Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy WattsTV, man, and today we have a topic / reaction video. But before we actually get into that, please do me a favor. Do not forget to share, like, and subscribe. It helps out with the channel. Lets me know that you are rocking with the content. Please follow me on all of my social media platforms at WattsTV94. That is at WattsTV94. And while you're at it, man, go ahead and join the Discord. I'll leave a link to that in the description down below. Thank you to everyone who's been supporting me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments as well. And like I said before, please make sure that you keep hitting that subscribe button, guys. I really do appreciate it. All right. So with that out the way, today we are actually talking about Andrew Tate. Apparently, Andrew Tate has dissed not only Adin Ross, Neon, but he also essentially dissed Sneako, which is kind of surprising to some because Sneako praises Andrew Taint. Excuse me, I've been saying his name wrong this entire time. Sneako has been praising Andrew Taint for the past 2 years now, and Sneako has had Andrew Taint's penis so far down his throat it's been in his stomach. So to see Andrew Taint say anything negatively about Sneako is wild, considering that Sneako is someone who has supported him throughout all of these allegations, throughout all of his legal trouble or whatever. So it's really funny to see Andrew Tate give Sneako the Ice Spice treatment. You thought I was feeling you? That nigga munch. All right, let's see what Andrew Tate had to say. We're gonna go over what he said. We're gonna go over Adin's and Sneako's reactions as well. But without further ado, let's get into it.
Attention economy. So if you're not particularly skilled and you're not particularly talented, what you have to do is attract attention. Streamers, the majority of them, are not insightful, intelligent people. You and I have an audience based on the fact that we give life advice and wisdom and guidance because we're slightly older. But if you're a 23-year-old idiot, all you can do is scream into the void, do dumb stuff, be a moron, and if you get enough views, you can manage to make some sort of career. And I think everybody at home knows exactly who I'm talking about because I'm talking about all of them. So, are they stupid or are they haram for hanging around with OnlyFans girls? Well, OnlyFans girls need attention to sell their OnlyFans, and losers need attention to sell their stream. And none of them have any talent. None of them are insightful. None of them have any wisdom or life experience.
Keep in mind, this is the same guy that pimped out women to do OnlyFans. That's how he made his money. That's how he made his fortune. He's even said it himself. So I find it really ironic that he's saying that if you hang out with OnlyFans models, you know, you have nothing to offer, you have no talent, you need the attention, when OnlyFans models are literally the reason why he had the money that he has or had. I don't know if he still has it or whatever, but that's the only reason why he's obtained a certain amount of wealth is because of OnlyFans girls. So I find this stance very hypocritical. And if you say he wasn't a pimp or whatever, I don't give a damn. This nigga was a pimp, okay? He was a pimp, and he was lying to these girls also and stealing most of their earnings from OnlyFans. This nigga is a pimp. He is a pimp.
None of them have anything to teach you. Birds of a feather flock together. So my answer is, in this attention economy, unfortunately, on the race to the bottom, while everyone does more and more stupid things to get views, I don't think I am ever going to be surprised by how low they will sink.
Also, hold on. This is just, this take is just stupid because your best friends, Fresh and Fit, they build their podcast on OnlyFans girls' backs. What are you talking about? They need those girls on their show so that they can debate them. And not only just debate them, humiliate them. And then you have incels join their show to basically donate money and say, yeah, that is stupid, blah, blah, blah. Kick her out, Myron. What are you talking about? And yes, I know not only OnlyFans girls go on Fresh and Fit, but the majority of the time, they have had a lot of chicks that have done OnlyFans come on to their show. So what are you saying about them? Does this also apply to Fresh and Fit? Considering they pretty much stream on Rumble now as well. They're streamers. They're doing the same thing. They are using OnlyFans models to basically garner attention. So they're doing the same thing. So I'm assuming this goes for everybody. It's just confusing because you were also a part of a few shows where they had OnlyFans models on their podcast. Selena Powell, you sat right next to her. She has an OnlyFans. I didn't forget that. You were on their show. You were literally sitting right next to her, my G. What are you saying? So yes, you also used OnlyFans girls to garner attention more ways than one. All of you do it. This is a red pill thing.
I don't think I am ever going to be surprised by how low they will sink. And if hanging around with an OnlyFans girl is going to get them some attention on the internet, they're going to do it. Same as they're going to do anything else to get some attention on the internet. Like degrade themselves endlessly, scream at a camera, be clowns, be morons, sip lean, whatever crap they do to get views. That's what they're going to do.
Okay, and I know what some of you may ask. How was that a diss towards Sneako? Well, if you guys haven't noticed, Sneako and N3on have been hanging out a lot as of recent. I don't know why, but they've been hanging out a lot. And recently, they've actually done live streams with OnlyFans models, as you can see here.
Don't get her canceled.
That's not cancelable. I was talking about that on Eating
God donated $15. Sky, do you know you are going to burn in hell for being a degenerate? D's Nuts donated $15. Sky, would you let Sneako smash?
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you guys. I don't know what Sneako and N3on are doing. I don't understand how that's essentially any different than what Fresh and Fit is doing. I don't get it, because they're both platforming OnlyFans models. And honestly, what Sneako was just doing, you know, the little lie detector test, I mean, that's, to me, in my opinion, that seems like harmless content. At least Sneako isn't at a table yelling at women, kicking them out, saying how men are better and blah blah blah. You know, just the same old red pill rhetoric. Like, to me, this is just like harmless content. Like, it's fine. I really don't see the issue with it. And I'm confused, because I don't see how this is any different than what Fresh and Fit is doing, a show that you were also a part of, Andrew Taint. So, you know, I don't know. There's just a lot of hypocrisy that's going on here. Before we get to Sneako's reaction, let's see what old Adin has to say about this.
Scream at a camera.
So yeah, he's basically, what he's saying is it's ironic. Does that make sense?
Be clowns.
That's probably talking about N3on right there.
Be morons, sip lean, whatever crap they do to get.
Why are you sucking me in there? Why are you sucking me, Andrew? Why are you talking about me in this shit? I thought this was Sneako and fucking N3on, and you had to bring me up? What the fuck did I do to you, bro? The fuck?
Get views. That's what they're gonna do.
I didn't even know Adin drank lean, to be honest with you. That's interesting. Not surprising, but that's interesting. I also find that interesting because Adin is so buddy-buddy with Andrew Tate. Even though Andrew Tate constantly clowns Adin at every turn. I don't know what kind of friend treats someone like how Andrew Tate treats Adin. I don't know how Adin considers him a friend. I don't know why he defends him so much, because all he ever does is just put Adin down with literally everything that he does. This is most definitely a one-sided friendship.
Like, he really didn't fall off. Like, you have to understand, like, he really didn't fall off. Every video I do with him has accumulated over millions and millions and millions of views. Now, Liko, he didn't fall off, but you don't see him as often because he's banned from TikTok. He's banned from a lot of these platforms. Go look at his interview he just did with Tucker Carlson. That's like the #1 most watched interview ever.
Now, some of you may be wondering why I even included that clip in the first place. Well, even if what Adin said is true, and I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm sure it is. Like, Andrew Tate garners a lot of views whenever you have him on your platform. Like, I 1000% get it. But would I have mentioned that for somebody that just essentially like talk shit about me or outed me or whatever? No, I wouldn't be glazing them like that. I really wouldn't. You would hear absolutely zero positivity come out of my mouth, especially when someone just threw a subliminal at me. I just find it very interesting that no matter what Andrew Tate says towards Adin, he's going to constantly glaze him. Like, that's crazy to me. So since both Sneako and Adin are so, like, since they're positive that Andrew Tate is talking about both of them, I'm going to assume that he's talking about them as well. Is there a possibility that he isn't? Sure, but I don't know that for sure. They know that man better than I do, obviously. So a part of me also finds this very hysterical, because why is Andrew Taint throwing subliminals like that? Like, I thought you were supposed to be an alpha male, but you over here throwing subliminals at people that you worked with, at people that you allowed in your home. You allowed Sneako in your home. I don't know if you allowed Adin in your home, but you allowed Sneako in your home, and now you're throwing subliminals at him like a little bitch. Like, if you're going to talk, say who you're talking about. Name drop. You're the big alpha male, right? No one can beat you in a fight. No one can do this. No one can do that to you. You big and bad. Say his name. If you're talking about Sneako, say, no, I think Sneako is this, that, and the third. I think Adin is this, that, and the third. I think N3on is a clown. Say it. Don't be a little bitch. With that being said, let's look at Sneako's reaction.
There's a lot that I can say, and I don't think it makes a lot of sense to attack back and to insult back. Obviously, I agree with a lot of the message. Apparently, have some disagreements with the messenger, but
I don't. Then you don't fully agree with the message. Then you just contradicted what you said. You said you agree with the message, but not the messenger. The messenger is the one that said the goddamn message. So which one is it?
Resonate with a lot of what he says. Do I think it makes sense to go insulting, name calling, and belittling the work that I do? No.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Okay.
Does that make me want to go and criticize or maybe call out hypocrisy? Yes, but I think it's more important right now.
Okay, so Sneako is clearly admitting here that there is some sort of hypocrisy in what Andrew Taint literally just said. Okay, I will take it.
There's something more important right now, especially when, like, we're both getting attacked. Me and Andrew are both getting blamed for manipulating the youth. That's what they're saying, to turn them into misogynists and homophobes and all this garbage. They're blaming murders.
That's exactly what you're doing.
What happened in England today is our fault. So I think that there's much more important things. We got to keep pushing this specific message and what we believe in. I think people on this side, we agree on so much that it doesn't make sense to go and pick fights with one another and have beef with one another. Which actually, like, hearing that, I was surprised. It's like right now, out of all times, you're seeing that both of us are being blamed for murder. Like, that's the rhetoric that's happening. So I don't want to keep dividing, because there's a lot of ego at play that I noticed in the red pill space, and that's why I wanted to gravitate away towards that and do more IRL streams, go outside more, and diversify the type of content instead of just, like, screaming and yelling at the camera. Interacting with more people, going to more different places, training in more different gyms, training with different fighters and more experienced people, learning from more people, meeting up with different Islamic scholars and doing more street dawah, trying to do more and trying to put myself out there more in the real world instead of just being a person screaming at the camera, because it gets repetitive, and like that when your ego gets at play and people think, oh, this is my talking point, this is my space, you don't belong in this space, which I've heard a lot of since joining this. It's like, I guess I don't belong here because I think that we should be on the same team. The other side can't even decide what age a child should be able to cut off their genitals, and I don't support any of that.
Jesus Christ.
And if we can disagree that much, it's genuinely a culture war going on. It's a spiritual warfare, and most of the people in the red pill, the right-wing space, are all on a similar side, and I think we should work together. So I'm going to leave it all alone.
So even though I disagree with a lot of what Sneako just said, I will say the way that he handled this wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It honestly would have been a terrible look if he responded back to Andrew Taint and just, came at him with like insult after insult and basically just like retaliating in some way, shape, or form. Because you would have been playing into his hands at that point. You would show that he has some sort of like control over you. But honestly, I don't think Sneako's response was bad. Like I said, even though I disagreed with what he said, basically saying like he's basically saying how he has no effect on the youth and blah, blah, blah. All of that shit, I wholeheartedly disagree with. We saw the clips. You obviously have an effect on the youth, okay? Like a negative one at that. But instead of getting too emotional, Sneako decided to basically say, yo, I mean, even though I'm not technically doing like red pill content, we still have the same beliefs. Like, I haven't stopped believing in the things that you essentially believe in. So why are you attacking me now when you and I are both being attacked together? Now, I think that his response was somewhat of a mature one, because this most definitely could have gone left. And instead of playing in Andrew Taint's hands, he just decided to let it go. So, hey, good job. Good job. Yo, I'll give credit where credit is due. I have no problem of giving people credit. But you can obviously tell that this bothered Sneako. Obviously. Also, on Twitter, he decided to unfollow Andrew Taint. So he is no longer following him. So I'm going to assume that he no longer supports him. I am really curious, like, whatever happens with Andrew Taint's like legal situation, excuse me, whatever happens with his legal situation over there in Romania or whatever, I am really curious to see if Sneako is going to continue to defend him. If he does, if he continues to glaze this nigga saying that he didn't do it and blah blah blah, then that's crazy to me. I'm sorry. I'm not going to defend someone who talked about me. That is beyond me. That's beyond me. Especially since there is so much damning evidence against Andrew Taint, which the entire red pill just decides to ignore because they feel like they want to defend their friend. And I understand, but I would rather you just not talk about it in the first place. But if he continues to defend him and say how great of a guy he is and this, that, and the third, I'm sorry, that is insane to me. I wouldn't be able to do it. I really wouldn't. But guys, let me know what you think in the comments down below. How did you feel about Adin's and Sneako's responses? How do you feel about what Andrew Taint said? Please let me know. Do me a favor. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, I've been calling this man Andrew Taint so goddamn much. I genuinely think that's his name now. I cannot say his actual name. It's forever going to be Andrew Taint. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. Like I said before, it really helps out with the channel. Follow me on all of my social media platforms. Do not forget to join the Discord. I'll have a link to that in the description down below. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.